Hey, can I ask you something? Are you unintentionally keeping God at a distance? It's a tough question, I know, but if you're feeling like there's a gap between you and Him that you just can't seem to close, stick around, because in this video, we're going to talk about 5 common pitfalls that might be holding you back. And trust me, you're not alone in this. And hey, if this is the kind of conversation you're looking for, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're all in this together. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You know, that desire you have to grow closer to God, that's not an accident. That's a nudge from Him. It's the most important journey we can ever take. But let's be real, it's not always a straight line, is it? Sometimes it feels like we're taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. We have the best intentions, our hearts are in the right place, but we still feel stuck. It can be frustrating and honestly a little lonely. I've been there. That's why I wanted to have this chat with you today, to talk about some things I've learned on my own journey that might just be the breakthrough you've been praying for. The biggest challenge, I think, is that we often don't even realize we're the ones putting up the roadblocks. It's not intentional, of course. We're not actively trying to push God away, but our habits, our mindsets, the little things we do every day can create a sort of spiritual static. It's like trying to have a deep conversation with someone while there's loud music playing in the background. You can't quite hear them and they can't quite hear you. So what is this music? What are these unintentional mistakes that are creating all this noise in our relationship with God? Let's break them down. All right, mistake number 1, and this one is a biggie, treating prayer like a to-do list. In our go-go-go world, it's so easy to just, get our prayers in. A quick list of requests in the morning, a tired thank you at night. I've been so guilty of this. I remember a time when my prayer life was basically a spiritual drive-through. Quick, efficient, and totally missing the point. It wasn't until I was going through a really tough season that I realized I wasn't just checking off a box, I was missing out on a conversation with the one who loved me most. True prayer is about connection, not just collection of blessings. Okay, the second mistake is consuming more than you create spiritually. Think about it. We scroll through sermons, we listen to worship music, we read devotionals, which are all good things, but if all we're ever doing is consuming, we become spiritually passive. It's like only ever watching cooking shows, but never actually getting in the kitchen to cook. Your faith needs to be active. It needs to be lived out. Are you just listening to the Word, or are you doing what it says? Are you sharing what God is teaching you with someone else? It's in the doing that our faith really comes alive. This leads to mistake number 3, going it alone. I know it can be hard to find a good community. Maybe you've been hurt by the church before. I get that. I truly do. But isolation is a breeding ground for doubt and discouragement. I remember a time when I was feeling so disconnected, and a friend just simply invited me to her small group. It wasn't anything fancy, just a few people being real with each other. That simple act of community changed everything for me. We need people who will cheer us on, challenge us, and just sit with us when things are hard. Mistake number 4 is a subtle one, confusing God's will with your own plan. Oh, this one is tough for us control lovers, isn't it? We come to God with our beautifully detailed plans, our 5-year goals, and we essentially say, "Okay, God, here's the blueprint. Please sign off on it." But what happens when His plan looks different from ours? When a door closes that we were so sure was the right one? Surrender is terrifying, but it's also where true peace is found. I've learned, the hard way of course, that letting go of my own tight grip and trusting that His plan is always better is the most freeing feeling in the world. And the 5th mistake, giving up when you don't feel it. Your relationship with God isn't just based on feelings. There will be days when you feel on fire for God, and there will be days when you feel nothing. And it's on those nothing days that your commitment is truly tested. Spiritual growth is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about being patient and persistent even when you don't see immediate results. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, because you know He is faithful, even when your feelings aren't. So, we've talked about 5 mistakes, but if I had to point to the one that has the most power to keep us stuck, it's that first one, treating prayer like a to-do list. Pause. Here's why. The other mistakes, passivity, isolation, control, impatience, they all stem from a disconnect. And that disconnect happens when we stop truly communicating with God. When prayer becomes a monologue instead of a dialogue. When it's about our agenda instead of His presence. Lean in, as if sharing a profound truth. But here's the revelation that can change everything. God is not waiting for you to have the perfect words. He's not grading your prayers. He's not looking for a performance. He's just looking for you. He wants your time, your attention, your heart, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Forget the list for a day. Just sit in silence and say, God, I'm here. Try to listen more than you speak. I promise you, when you shift your focus from saying your prayers to being with God, that is when the distance begins to close. That is the start of true intimacy. So let's just quickly recap. The 5 pitfalls to avoid are treating prayer like a to-do list, consuming more than you create, going it alone, trying to control everything, and giving up when you don't feel it. It's a lot to think about, I know, but the goal here isn't perfection. It's awareness. Just by being aware of these things, you've already taken a huge step forward in your journey. You're learning to navigate the path, to recognize the bumps in the road, and that is essential for real, lasting spiritual growth. I would love to hear from you. Which of these mistakes resonated with you the most? Let's be real in the comments below. There's no judgment here. If this message really spoke to your heart, I'd be so honored if you'd subscribe. And hey, if you're looking for some practical next steps, check out my video right here on how to cultivate a deeper prayer life. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'll see you in the next video.